Namaste. So today I'm going to read Book 11, Chapter 5, on the Rudraksham rosaries in Maha Devi Bhagavatam. Om Bhakratu Namakaya. Surya Koti Samapra. Hari Om. Hari Om Tat Sat. Hari Om. Isvara said, O Kartikeya, now I will speak how to count the japam, repetition of the mantra, with the rosary. Here, the face of Rudraksham is Brahma, the upper summit point is Shiva, and the tail end of Rudraksham is Vishnu. The Rudraksham has twofold powers. It can give bhoga, enjoyment, as well as moksha, liberation. Then strung or tied together like a cow's tail and like the snake's coiling a body, 25 five-faced Rudraksha seeds, thorny and of red, white, mixed colors, bored through and through. The rosary is a taper as a cow's tail tapers down. In stringing the beads into a rosary, it should be seen that the flat face of one's Rudraksham is the front, and the flat face of another Rudraksham, so is the tail. The pointed end of one must come in front of the tail, or the narrower end of another. The meru of the topmost bead of the string must have its face turned upwards, and the knot should be given over that. The rosary thus strung yields success of the mantra siddhi. When the rosary is strung, it is to be bathed with clear and scented water, and afterwards with the panchagavya, cow dung, cow urine, curd, milk, and ghee. Then wash with clear water and sanctify it with the condensed electrical charge of the mantra. Then recite the mantra of Siva, six-limbed, with hum. Added and collect the rosaries. Then repeat over them the mantra Sadyojata, etc., and sprinkle water over it 108 times. Then utter the principal mantra and place them on a holy ground and perform nyasya over it, i.e., think that the great cause Shiva and the world mother Bhagavati have come on them. Thus make the samskara of the rosary, i.e., purify it, and you will find then that your desired end will be attained successfully. Worship the rosary with the mantra of that devata for which it is intended. One is to wear the Rudraksha rosary on one's head, neck, or ear. And controlling oneself, one should make japam with the rosary on the neck, head, breast, or the ears, or on the arms. The rosary should be held with the greatest devotion. What is the use in saying about it so often? It is highly meritorious and commendable to hold always the Rudraksham, especially on such occasions as taking baths, making gifts, making japams, performing the homas and sacrifices to Visvadevas, and performing the pujas of the devas, and making prayashchitams, penances, in the time of Shraddha and in the time of initiation. It is highly necessary to hold Rudraksham. A Brahmin is sure to go to hell if he performs any Vedic act without wearing any Rudraksham. Note, it would be offering an insult to Shiva. It is advisable to use the true Rudraksham with gold and jewel on the head, neck, or on one's hand. Never use the Rudraksham worn by another. Use Rudraksham always with devotion. Never use it while you are impure. Even the grass that grows with the air in contact with the Rudraksha tree goes verily to a holy region forever. Jambala Muni says in the Sruti, if a man wearing Rudraksham commits a sin, he gets deliverance from that sin. Even if animals hold the Rudraksham, they become Siva. What of men? The devotees of Sri Rudra would always use at least one Rudraksha on the head. Those great devotees who with Rudraksham on take the name of the higher self, Shambhu, gets themselves freed of all sorts of sins and pains. Those who are ornamented with Rudraksham are the best devotees. It is highly incumbent on those who want their welfare to wear Rudraksham. Those who hold Rudraksham on their ears, crown hair, neck, hands and breasts get Brahma, Vishnu and Maheswara under them as their vibhutis, manifestation powers. The Devas and all those rishis that started the Gotra, the Adi Purusas, the first chief men in several families, held with reverence the Rudrakshams, all the other munis that descended from their families, the ardent followers of Srauta Dharma, the pure-souled held the Rudrakshams. It may be that many might not like at first to hold this Rudraksham, the visible giver of liberation and so well written in the Vedas, but after many births out of the grace of Mahadeva, many become eager to take the Rudrakshams. The Muni that are the Jambala Sakis are famous in expounding the inestimable greatness of Rudrakshams. The effects of holding Rudrakshams is well known in the three worlds. Punyam, great merits, arises from the mere sight of Rudrakshams. 10 million times that merit arises by its touch and by wearing it. 100 koti times the fruit arises, and if one makes japam every day, then 1 lakh koti times the punyam arises. There is no manner of questionings in this. He who holds in his hand, breast, neck, ears, head, the Rudrakshams become an image of Rudra. There is no manner of doubt in this. By holding Rudrakshams, men become invulnerable of all the beings, become respected like Mahadeva by the Devas and Asuras, and they roam on the earth like Rudra. Even if a man be addicted to evil deeds and commits all sorts of sins, he becomes respected by all on holding Rudrakshams. By this, men are freed of the sin of taking uchista and all the other sins. Even if you suspend a Rudraksham rosary on the neck of a dog, and if that dog dies in that state, he gets liberation. Then what to speak of others? By holding Rudrakshams, men, even if they be devoid of japam and dhyanam, become freed of all sins and attain the highest state. Even if one holds merely one Rudraksha seed, purified and surcharged with mantra shakti, he uplifts his 21 generations, gets to heaven and resides there with respect. I am speaking now further of the greatness of Rudraksham. Here ends the 5th chapter of the 11th book on the Rudraksham rosaries in the Mahapuranam Srimad Devi Bhagavatam of 18,000 verses by Maharishi Vedvyasa. Om Jayanti Mangala Kali Bhadra Kali Kapali Durga Kashmir. Om Tuya Mata Chapita Tuya Tuya Bandusha Chasakatum Vijata. So Shanti Shanti Shanti.